Hi everybody, and welcome to another Asbury Woods virtual visit. My name is Melissa Goodwill, and today I am here at the section of Walnut Creek that flows through our Browns Farm property. Today we're going to be talking more about a really unique way to determine water quality in our local waterways.
Aquatic macroinvertebrates are animals that live in the water, are big enough to be seen with the naked eye, and don't have a backbone. Macroinvertebrates include insects, snails, mollusks, worms, and crayfish. Aquatic macroinvertebrates play a major role in aquatic food chains. They are a favorite meal for many fish. Macroinvertebrates have different tolerances for pollution in water. We can learn a lot about how clean creek water is by the macroinvertebrates found there. As bioindicator species, macroinvertebrates can be classified into three different categories. Tolerant species can tolerate a large amount of pollution. Facultative species can tolerate moderate amounts of pollution, and sensitive species can tolerate only small amounts of pollution. I've found a good spot to sample for macroinvertebrates. Many of them live on the undersides of small rocks where the water is flowing quickly through the creek. For my first sample, I used a kick net to catch the macroinvertebrates. I let the water flow onto the net and shuffled the rocks around upstream of the net. As I move the rocks, it knocks the macroinvertebrates off and they float into my net. I then carefully bring the net back to shore to see what I caught. For my next sample, I use a D-frame net. This one is a little bit easier for one person to use. I shuffle the rocks around, hopefully knocking the macroinvertebrates into my net. Again, I bring it back to shore to see if anyone's inside. If you don't have a net, you can always scan the undersides of a rock along the edge of the creek. Be sure to put the rock back carefully after you're done looking. These animals need to be in water to survive, so I have a sorting tray ready to place them in after I remove them from my nets. Let's take a peek at what I was able to find in the creek today. I'll introduce you to all of the different species next. I used my dichotomous key to identify the species and determine if they are tolerant, facultative, or sensitive species. Cranefly larvae are large but harmless macroinvertebrates. They grow to be up to 2 inches long with little brush-like tentacles on their rear end. They are a great food source for trout. Amphipods, also known as scud, are small crustaceans. Scud typically swim on their sides. They have been on the planet for hundreds of millions of years. Aquatic isopods are also crustaceans. They are the aquatic cousins of the isopods you may find under logs on land. These macroinvertebrates use their many legs to explore the rocks at the bottom of the creek. There are many species of caddisfly larvae. Some species build little net homes under rocks to help them catch food. Others can build houses out of rocks and stones that they carry around with them. Caddisfly larvae may grow to be half an inch long. They also have 2 small tails. Mayfly larvae are easy to identify with their 6 legs and 3 tails. They may grow to be half an inch long. They breathe through external gills that you can see behind their last set of legs. Mayflies are very sensitive to pollution. I only took a few samples today, but based on the species I found, especially the 2 S species, I can conclude that the water in this section of Walnut Creek is pretty healthy. Sampling throughout the year provides opportunities to discover many different kinds of macroinvertebrates that call Walnut Creek home.
Thank you for joining me for another Asbury Woods virtual visit. We hope to see you soon.